It's now middle of the first week of our monthly challenge, and maybe you already started with the evacuation plan, maybe not. Maybe you need some help, and I thought before I probably, if you guys would like to see some but not all of my personal evacuation plan and what I learned out of it when I make the next weekly challenge, I want to go through a couple of things that might help you making one on your own if you never did something like that. And I thought this time I might do a little bit different than I normally do, since it's quite a bit of information, and if you really want to seriously do one, you might want to take notes or come back to it. So I made the notes here and we go through it on the paper itself. So let's get right into it. So first we're going to talk about the emergency contacts, then the evacuation route, the emergency supplies, and the communication plan at the end. If you have all that on your personal evacuation plan, that's already a lot. And number 3 is going to come again in week 3 of the monthly challenge, partly on the checklist of supplies you should have in backhand. Let's start with the emergency contacts. First, get sure that you have all your family contact information. For every family member, get sure that you have the address, the phone number, the email address, and any other information you could use. You might not say, well, why the email address? Not every evacuation plan or evacuation consists that everybody doesn't have power or internet anymore, so you might be happy to have it, even if you only give it to authorities so they can inform your family, or you can use it yourself, just so to be sure, get it all down there. Then name close friends and neighbors, especially friends and neighbors you collaborate with and you support each other in emergencies. Maybe you prep together and you trust them. Share contact information and data so in an emergency you can come together and help each other out and have a support system. And the last one is maybe not that important for the US, but if you live in a country like I come from, like back in Europe, not every emergency service has the same number. And you might now say, well, I know the emergency numbers, but if you panic, I don't know if you know them all out of your mind all the time. It's always better to have it written down and don't need it than not to have it written down and need it. In the US it's easier because there's only one number, but in other countries you might need that. Now we got that covered and written down, let's go and work on our evacuation route. We always start with a primary evacuation route. So you try to find the quickest and safest way, not only out of the house, but also where you want to go. So you want to go and have a look what is the fastest way, what landmarks, intersections, streets are going through. Write that down, figure it out, share it with your family, being sure that that's the smartest way to go. And then you go and make an alternative route. Then you go with an alternative route. What if the route you want to go doesn't work? It might be because one of the roads or intersection is not accessible, or there's an accident or something. So you want to get sure you have alternative routes. Then make sure you have an emergency meeting point. Your family members might be in another location. Find a spot where you all can meet easily. Now when we got that, we get into the emergency supplies very quick, even though we do gonna have the challenge in week 3 of this monthly challenge to go through the emergency supplies again, but in a much bigger range. Also want to stock up in your pantry for home and for going and bugger bag stuff like that. So get sure you have the essential supplies, which means get sure you have items like water, non-perishable food, whatever other things you need for your pets or for your family. The first aid kit, just that's all gonna be part of week 3 again, but it's always nice to have it in the evacuation plan written down. What of the big pile of stuff and information from the big checklist you want to take with you when you have to leave. so you know exactly what to do. Maybe make it in a checklist form so you can check it off when you pack. Then get medication and personal items. If you need some medication, or you know your family member has a tendency to get a headache, so you take some medicine for that with you. Take some personal items like comfort items. That can be the toy for your dog or for your kid. That can be a comfort item for you yourself as well. Just something you'd like to have. Get sure you have at least a copy of your important documents like ID, driver's license, whatever else on important documents you have, marriage certificate, things like that, always in that package, so you at least have a copy, if not even an original somewhere. I probably would take the copy and have the original somewhere else. And then get sure of special consideration. Maybe you have small kids and need diapers and milk items for them. Maybe you have a pet like me and you need dog or cat food or a toy or something like that. Get sure you have considered all the things for your family members. For me, for example, I need to get sure that I have enough gluten-free items for me, even if my boyfriend would take some normal items with him, so I have enough to eat. And this way you can customize your emergency checklist and your emergency kit accordingly. This way you can really have an individual checklist for an emergency kit for only you and your family, with items you like to eat and you actually eat, not just items everybody says you to have and you don't even like it and you rather not eat it. And like I said in a video of my emergency kit, some comfort food is really important as well, even if it doesn't sound like it right now. If you're in an emergency situation and you're in a stressed out situation, you might be happy to have some comfort food that makes you feel happier again. So last but not least, let's talk about a communication plan, a system for your household to communicate with each other. Like you can make designated notes, you can have a shared digital platform, something you can talk with each other in the house and outside of the house, which in an emergency helps you to get in touch with each other. Might be walkie-talkies, but they only reach so far. So I probably could do it when I'm home and my boyfriend at work, because he's just working literally just behind our property. But but it won't work for everybody like that. Then emergency alert. Sign up for your local emergency alert system, so you know when there are emergencies like flooding, earthquake, tornadoes, whatever is in your local area, and turn the notifications on your devices for that, so you really get an alert if something's happening and you need to evacuate. And the last part is a practice. Every plan is just good till the first battle, and you don't want to have the first battle being an emergency. So get sure that you know that the plans you have, the things you have in place, they really work. Know how long it's gonna take you to leave and get where you wanted to go. Check the primary and the alternative route and see if the meeting point is really suitable for everybody. Just get a couple practice drills in so you know if you have to leave, how you leave, and that it works out the way you want. That's how I'm making my personal evacuation plan. Let me know in the description below what you guys are gonna put in yours. Share some ideas and details you think are important with us, and let me know if you want to see more or less of that, or if you want to see how I'm gonna organize my evacuation plan, or whatever you want to see next. I'm always happy for input, what kind of video you want to have next. So let me know what kind of video you're interested in. Until the next time, stay prepared and sustainable.